Things may be really, really uncomfortable right now within yourself or in your life, but this is a sign that your dreams are about to come true. So I feel like this is your nervous system essentially expanding out of its comfort zone, right? Your nervous system wants to keep you safe, and that means that you're comfortable. But your dreams, they live in the unknown. So your nervous system right now is essentially moving from the known into the unknown where your dreams exist. All of your desires, your dreams, this bigger next version of yourself, this new identity that you are expanding into exists in the unknown. And you are literally in the transition of moving from this very familiar version of yourself, this very familiar place of being, okay, and moving into this next version. And when you do that, things become really, really uncomfortable because you're changing, right? Your identity is literally shifting and upgrading. And so you're going to feel a lot of discomfort. So I just wanted to tell you that this is completely normal. And it's actually a really, really good sign that your dreams are about to come true, that whatever it is that you've been manifesting, that you are moving into this new reality. Who you've been can no longer contain who you're becoming. Discomfort equals identity upgrade in progress. That is what your discomfort that you're feeling stands for. And when expansion begins, your nervous system starts to feel, this resistance and anxiety and doubt and fear and all of these things that are trying to fight these new changes that are coming in. This is just your nervous system protecting you. So things are going to be very uncomfortable. And so this discomfort that you're feeling within yourself might start to manifest in physical reality, right? So it might seem like things are getting worse before they get better. It might seem that actually you're being taken backward and maybe away from your dreams instead of towards your dreams. It might seem like life's falling apart and you're actually not getting the things that you want. So things might actually seem a lot worse right before they get better. And this is exactly why, because if nothing was changing in your life, then everything would just keep being the same way that it was, right? But the fact that everything's kind of being turned upside down is showing that your reality is like the universe is literally changing your reality to make space for this new you that is birthing, okay, that is becoming. And this is just like such a good sign. And I know that oftentimes on this manifestation journey, we forget that. And this is the time that we give up, right? Like when things don't show up in our life and actually it starts to get worse, it's like really hard to stay motivated and to stay on path, because this is where like doubt kicks in, and then we give in to the fear, and then we give up on the path because we're not seeing any sort of physical results. But this is the evidence, okay? This is the evidence that you are about to step into your new reality, is that everything is kind of being shaken up in your life. Things might seem worse than they were before. Actually seems like it's it's less, you're getting less than what you even got before, okay? This is just because your nervous system is adjusting to this new life so that you can, feel safe with being this new person. It's going to ask a lot of you. It's going to ask for you to step up. It's going to ask for you to show up as this new person. And it's like, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to embody that energy, or are you going to give up? The closer you get to this dream, the closer you get to this manifestation, the louder this inner critic, this inner voice, not the intuition, but like your inner voice, like your ego, whatever, might say like, who do you think you are? Like you're going to fail. Like it's time to turn back. Like this is too much. This is too big of energy. All of these fears start to arise and surface. And this is oftentimes when, people want to give up, right? Give up on their goals, their aspirations, their dreams, their manifestation, because this is exactly what kicks in. But it's such a good sign that it's kicking in, because it's showing that you're actually expanding. You're actually growing into this new person. And this is the last grip of this old pattern that you're still hanging on to. So this is a good time to ask yourself, how is my soul calling me to expand in this moment right now? Okay, so whenever that fear arises and you start to feel doubt and resistance and anxiety and like you want to shut down, ask yourself, wow, okay, I'm being called up right now. I'm being called to expand. I'm being called to surrender, to trust the process, to believe in myself, to believe in this dream, to keep a positive perspective and not give into this separation identity, right? Where you're coming from, to not give into this disbelief that you can have your dreams, that you can have your dream life. Like whatever doubts would come in to try to save you and keep you protected and safe, you need to essentially move away from that. You need to expand out of that. So the reason that contrast intensifies whenever you're about to have your dreams come true. So from the perspective of like consciousness, okay? We are all consciousness and we are all one. You are source energy, God, okay, manifested into physical form. And the only way to know yourself as God, as a manifester, as a creator, as light, as love, is to have the opposite of that, is to have contrast. That's why we are here incarnated on earth, right? That's why we're here in this physical experience, is so that we can know ourselves to be who we truly are through knowing the opposite of that. Okay, if we wouldn't have any comparison, then we would just be light and we wouldn't know and experience that version of ourselves, and we wouldn't actually know that we are light because we don't have anything to compare it to. So it's the same thing with your dream. You have this dream, and the reason that right before it manifests into physical reality, you experience the opposite of that dream, the contrast of it, is because this contrast is allowing you to fully realize what the dream is for you and to fully step into that. So the contrast can show up in your life as just things falling apart, okay? Or this not working out. It seems like it's not working out, or it's actually getting worse before it gets better. Or just like some sort of challenge or obstacle or discomfort that you're facing, right? Anxiety, resistance, doubt, all self-sabotage, like all of that is the opposite. Maybe your life starts to not be good, you know? Like it was flowing before you were manifesting, now you started manifesting and it's like a shit show and you're like, what the fuck? So whatever that contrast is, this is showing up so that you can, in the face of contrast, you can realize your dream and be like, this is the dream. This is not the dream. This is the dream. And this is still what I choose. So this is where you take your power back. In the face of contrast and the opposite of what you want, you realize the actual thing that you do want. And in that moment, you still choose this dream. You still choose to show up for it. You still choose to embody the energy that is aligned with this dream, with your dream version, with your next level. You choose it anyway. And it is in that choice during that experience that your dream manifests, because you chose it in a moment. This was the experience that life gave you to still show up for your dream and to choose to be the person that you want to be, even though there's nothing showing you signs that that's possible. And it's in that choice that you're actually manifesting this into reality. And this is the shift. This is right when the shift happens. So if this is something that you're experiencing right now, obviously you clicked on this video, you probably feel a lot of discomfort. Maybe shit is hitting the fan, right? This is your sign. This is so good. This is so good. This is to be celebrated, okay? Celebrate it, because this is your expansion. This is you moving into your dream reality, okay? This is not a sign that it's not happening, or you're not doing a good job manifesting, or you're not aligned. When things are shaking up in your life, it's because, like, you have to imagine, like, life is a projection, right? So, like, this is a dream that we're living in, and your consciousness creates the dream. And when you focus on it long enough, the actual projection changes, right? Which is our physical experience. So the way we experience life, the things that we have physically in our life, actually changes based on our consciousness, which we project outward. So you're literally changing the projection right now through your manifestation journey. You're literally, like, physical reality is literally shifting to align with your new vibration, with your new consciousness, with your new energy, with your new identity. So yeah, there's going to be upheaval. There's going to be major it's like there's going to be storms and tornadoes and tsunamis, and it's like everything has to shake up so that it can settle into this new beautiful reality, right? So if you look at it from that perspective, it's like it makes complete sense. And this is like such a good sign. So I don't know if you needed to hear that right now because you're struggling or you're going through something. I totally feel you and relate to you. And these are just things that I'm also learning on my own journey. And these are the messages that I'm getting. These are like such strong messages I'm getting from Source about like that this is it. You know, this is it. This is exactly what needs to happen and what happens right before your manifestation comes. So if you needed to hear this message, I really hope it served you. Let me know in the comments below what you're going through, if this resonated with you. Claim it in the comments below. Claim this new reality. You know, affirm that this is who you are, that you're ready, and you know you're gonna face this these challenges with confidence and just whatever it is that you need to tell yourself that you need to hear right now, go ahead and put in the comments. It just makes it that much more powerful because you're, you know, putting it into words and solidifying it. I always think that like words are power, right? In your manifestation, especially if you're putting it out there publicly too. It's just like now you can't go back on it. Like it's there, it's seen by everybody, right? So yeah, I love you so much. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, I will leave the link to that below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.